Fellas, it's not just for you, but I'm targeting this message to my fellas out there. Regardless of what skin tone you rock, we all can be brothers. Don't let them push no stigmas or no propagandas to try to separate us and divide us. Like I said before, we don't gotta be, blending families and all that, but we can come together to conquer, you know, a fellow enemy, right? We are not enemies, but the system that divides us, and eventually overtakes our neighborhoods by overtaking our children's minds and by speaking to us like we're also bastard children that they don't care about. And we make it seem like it's the blind leading the blind, but it's not the blind leading the blind. They know exactly what they're looking at. They're looking at people that can overthrow them. They're looking at people that can conquer them. They're looking at people that, once they realize how powerful they are, how powerful their minds and their hearts actually are, there'll be no place for them to hide. There'll be no place for them to escape to and have vacations and go on yachts and be on the waters and be safe around anywhere. Somebody posted a video with a mansion in Dubai, right there on the water, looking at other, expensive high-end apartment buildings, and they said in the next 10 years it's going to be on the water. And then somebody said, well, they spent millions of dollars building it, so they're going to ensure that they take care of it. And I said, they don't care about the money. If that place go on the water, they'll just use policy to move somebody else off their beach, and then they'll charge you. They'll rebuild those same mansions and those same apartment buildings and those same luxury homes, and they'll charge you the taxes to build it, and then they'll charge you to stay there with the same money that they charged you in taxes to build it. Now, none of what I just said is the reason why I made this video. I made this video to say, well, fellas, in order for you to receive gifts, understand that the man is the provider and the protector, and the woman gives the gift of life. So for you to accept your gifts, for you to embrace your gifts, you got to embrace yourself, and you got to embrace the balance, which is your masculine and your feminine energies. One way that you can do that is like how I, told y'all about color therapy, and how you can embrace your chakras and unclog your chakras and work on your chakras by wearing certain colors that relate to the chakras. So in order for the universe to feel like you're embracing your feminine energy and your masculine energy, it's the same thing you got to do with the colors. You got to do with yourself. You got to do with everything that's around you. You don't have to be feminine. Excuse me. You don't have to be feminine, but you have to be aware of the balance, which is you, and the balance of what makes you, right? You're not just a masculine entity. You're a masculine entity that have feminine tendencies. Every animal, every creature has feminine tendencies, right? Because we come from the female, we come from the woman. So whatever we do echoes femininity. Even if we do it in a masculine way, it's still something for the benefit of the creation of life, right? You do something that's creative, well, you might not be able to push a baby out your butthole or squeeze it out your pee-pee, but you can create something that adds value to that life that the woman creates and the woman gives and the woman is the bridge to. You can build and you can structure and you can follow the design of the curves and the angles of the female body, and you can add those curves and those designs to anything in reality and make it real. But in order for anybody to create anything, you have to embrace the fact that that creative energy is sacred to what the woman is. And I know that makes sense to who it needs to make sense to, right? You're not gay, and I don't have anything against gay people. But in order for you to really be creative, you have to embrace that feminine energy, which is creative energy. And that creative energy is the female's power, right? She creates. We might build and design, but she's the blueprint. Everything comes from the woman. Everything is designed to please and be pleasing to the woman. We don't do anything unless it's pleasing to the woman. Unless you like men and you want to do stuff to please other men. But even those men that like men, they're still liking the man because the man is embracing his feminine side and his feminine, energy to a different level, right? Like I said, the levels to light and then the levels to darkness. So when a man is showing his love for another male, it's because that other male he's showing love to is more feminine than that male is masculine. So in order for you to be fully gifted with your creativity and your creative ideas, you got to embrace the side of you that is feminine. You got to embrace that feminine energy. And who knows, that might help you to increase your attraction to the female energy because you're embracing the fact that the female energy resides in you as well.